Satan listened to the man named Eli with a smirk on his lips. "Come, my lord, give me your power. Let me have the power to destroy those who I hate." The man screamed Latin phrases and set fire to what appeared and smelled like a human fetus. Satan smiled and willed his body to change into a more suitable form. To the man, it appeared that a handsome, well-dressed man simply popped into existence across the table from him. The man squeaked and fell backwards, his eyes wide with fear and confusion. Satan merely took a moment to take in his surroundings. As his eyes adjusted, he noticed the gray concrete walls of an empty warehouse. Quite a nice location to ask for an audience, I must say. The man recovered from his shock and bowed his head to the earth. "My lord Satan, thank you for hearing my words." Satan looked at the man critically, eyeing his sheer averageness. "I am a gracious king, so it is a pleasure to interact with my subjects." The man swallowed, then looked into the devil's eyes. "Then will you give me your power?" Satan let out a deep, amused laugh. "Of course, but first, I want you to know what you're getting into." The man looked at him confused, but Satan simply snapped his fingers, causing the man to fall fast into a dream. Satan stood chuckling as he was escorted by the angels Uriel and Michael to the throne room. Uriel shot him a dirty look, but Michael did not respond as usual. "Uriel, do you know what the best part was?" Uriel stopped and glared at Satan. "Shut your mouth, Satan, before I shut it for you." "Don't talk with him, Uriel." Uriel dipped his head. "You're right, Michael. I should not give him the satisfaction." Satan smirked as they again began walking. "It was knowing I spit in their faces." Uriel clenched his teeth but did not respond, his breath ragged from rage. Satan shrugged and continued to blaspheme in a calm, everyday kind of tone until he reached the throne room. The doors opened and Satan looked upon his adversary. God sat on his throne, an array of angels and various creatures bowing at his feet, and for good reason, as his mere presence caused Satan's legs to slightly shake. Satan glared at God. The radiance of his majesty shined brighter than any sun. Nothing Satan had ever seen could ever compare with the Lord God. And yet he could feel nothing but disdain as he looked upon his face. The two angels knelt before the throne, pressing their heads against the floor. Satan gritted his teeth, staying upright by sheer anger and pride, even as God stared at him, the great weight causing even the father of lies to lower his gaze. He then spoke in a voice so deep, so powerful, and so commanding, it caused Satan's very body to rebel against his will, dropping him to his knees. "Satan, why have you committed this great sin?" Satan looked up at God's face. "I thought you would know such a thing, as you have all knowledge." The room became noticeably warmer as God's countenance darkened. "Do not tempt me." "Very well." Satan looked God dead in the eye. "Because of my pride, I am the best of any of the beings you have created. I served you faithfully for all my life, and yet even when you acknowledged my tenacity and brilliance, you never gave me my kingdom, so I took my servants from you." Satan smiled, not quite finished with the speech. "And I gained their loyalty with little more than two simple lies, that I was able to kill you and that they would become fellow gods with me after your demise." Satan chuckled. "I took a third of your army to prove a single point to you." Satan glared with rage. "No matter how long it takes me, I will destroy you, for I am better than you." Trembles shook the throne room, and the angels shook with absolute rage. God simply looked at Satan with an inscrutable expression. "Very well, you shall have your kingdom. And on the day your reign ends, you shall kneel and confess that my son is Lord over you." God gestured at Satan, causing him to fly through planes of existence and fall through the sky, crashing into the earth like a shooting star. The man opened his eyes and dazedly looked around. "Feeling all right, my loyal servant?" Eli turned to the well-dressed man sitting on a golden throne. "How did you get that?" Satan rolled his eyes. "I pop into existence 5 feet from you, and you're questioning how I got a chair?" Eli swallowed. "Sorry, my lord." Satan shrugged. "It's all good. Have you reconsidered receiving my power?" Eli thought about the things he saw, considered what he wanted most, and then asked a single question. "You'll win eventually, though. You'll beat him, right?" Satan looked at his loyal servant with complete sincerity. Of course I'll win. Don't you trust your god?